Ooh, excuse me. Wow, and I'm live. Why am I so nervous now? This is so weird. It's only been a few days. Um, the past few days for me have been amazing. And I've been realizing quite a few things. Um, especially, I think, hola. Hey, Myra. How have you been? I've been like pretty good, high key. Um, I've been learning a lot, sort of about myself. Like, I guess in the past few days, I've learned a lot about like I missed you too. I've been like, in that hermit. Clarinda, hola. I've been hermiting, and I've been learning a lot. Like, I guess I've been learning that I am more than I thought I was, which is a very generic umbrella way to put it. Okay, Clarinda. Um, it's very generic umbrella way to put it, but I've been like discovering that there are things that I do or that I have been doing for a long time that have been a part of me that I've never seen. Well, it's not really like I feel like it's less like figuring myself out and more being open to seeing myself for who I really am, which is weird. And it's funny that it takes other people to tell me some. Well, I guess it's not funny because that's how life works, right? Welcome back. That's what like being a person is like. There are things that other people see in us that we don't necessarily see within ourselves. Um. Oh, okay. But yeah, within the past few days, I've been having some like really good days, and they've been kind of like I don't know, not weird, just like I feel like I Clarenda, it's good to read you too. Um, I feel like my attention, and I'm glad I like followed through with the past few days because especially today, I looked at the phone. I was like, technically, it's 12:21. I was gonna wait until tomorrow because I think that's when we'll officially be in Capricorn season. But I was like, you know what? Let me just come on. Um, I just finished watching the Flaming Fridays After Hour. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Just finished watching the Flaming Fridays After Hours on air, and I was like, it's close enough to Capricorn season. Let's see where the sun is right now. The sun is 29 degrees and 8 minutes in Sagittarius. So in roughly 24 hours, it will be Cappy season. Today was like kind of hitting me. Like I was gonna go live earlier today, like really early, like maybe 11 Central. Um, but then I was like, nah. Well, I was like, hey Siri, flip a coin, and then I was like, it's heads. Yeah, see, Siri just said heads, and earlier today I was like, if it's tails, then I won't go live. And Siri, or if it's tails, I will. Um, no, Clarinda, it's still Sag season over there. The sun is in the same. I mean, I guess you could look it up, but I'm pretty sure like the sun is the same everywhere. So the sun is in Sagittarius right now, which means it's Sagittarius season. And in 24 hours, the sun will be in Capricorn. Um, so it's a little less. I'm pretty sure it's a lot less specific to where you are on the planet. Because then whenever you check the transits, you can get the transits like localized to a place. But yeah, they're like it's the world. So it's by date, yes, but by where the sun is, no. See, I don't know nothing about the portals, the eclipse. I know it's an eclipse coming up. There's a new moon. It'll be in Capricorn. Probably with the eclipse. Like all of that stuff, I don't know about. I honestly don't even follow it. I like how you said that we do it backwards. Um, but yeah, all of that stuff. So if it's like the moon, if it's a full moon or a new moon, that's going to be the same anywhere you go because that's looking at the astrological transits. Now, when it comes to the 1221 portal or the 2112 portal, I don't know what that's linked to, so I don't know. I don't know what that one. Yeah, but yeah, that's my the past few days. I've been talking to my mom a lot and really like being in a place to receive her wisdom. Um, and I guess I'm really in a place to see myself from a perspective that isn't mine more so than anything in the past few days. Yeah, I just haven't been following it, Clorinda. I've kind of sort of like I've been gatekeeping my vibration lately. Excuse me. So like a lot of the stuff that I've been watching on YouTube is just like feel good. It makes me feel good and it makes me happy and it makes me like want to live my life even more. Yeah, I was like I mean, at one point I was like, "Wow, am I ever gonna go back?" The with the cards, I think. I guess that goes back to a lot of stuff. I guess there's a lot of stuff that I won't necessarily talk about because I don't necessarily plan on being here for a 2 line because it is like 2 in the morning here, 3 in the morning Eastern, and I've only been on Central Time for a few days. But yeah, I am, and it's been really nice. It's been just like, I don't know. It opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I already knew about, but without the experience of the past few days, it wasn't really like solidified, or I didn't know about it as much. Um, yeah, I've been sleeping through the night for like for most of the nights I've slept through the night. Sometimes I'll wake up at like depending on how early I go to bed, because I've been going to bed pretty early. So sometimes I'll wake up between like 2 and 4, and I'll be up for a little bit, and then I'll go back to sleep and then wake up. So I've actually been on a pretty decent schedule. Like I go to bed at night and I wake up fairly early in the morning. It's weird. Um, because usually I have to train my body to do that, but it's just doing it. Like I had a call at 10 o'clock this morning, and I was like, "Oh crap! What if I don't wake up?" But I was up by like 8 o'clock. So, and like, I washed my hair. I did a deep condition last night, and I washed my hair today, and then I conditioned it again. And it actually, like, I don't know. Today's just been a really good day. I've been having a few good days. Um, Connecting with myself, learning myself. I think today is the first time I actually like gave some things some thought. Cause I'm like, if I don't use cards, like what else was I doing? And honestly, it's just like, yes, I'm living my best life. I had like the conversation I had on the phone today. It was just one of those conversations where, because I was talking to this dude, and he's like, "How old are you?" I was like, "I'm 26." Um, yes, yes, Clorinda. There were a few nights when, like, if I knew I was only gonna get like less than 5 hours of sleep, I would put on like a really good like meditation type thing to fall asleep, and I would be out. And I knew I would get good sleep, and I got good sleep. So I love those. Um, but what was I saying? Yeah, I had a really good conversation today, and I just realized that like I I don't know, I am so much more than I think and than I give credit for. And I've sort of always been that way, but I've never seen it. Chad, hello. Deep sleep ones are amazing. I know. I would just get on YouTube. I would look for one that was like at least 2 hours long because I know that like, well, there were some I was actually like kind of sort of listening but by like 15 minutes in, I was like out. And the dude was still talking. Um, how have you been? So yeah, but in that conversation, it was just like, and not even that conversation, just this semester, these past few weeks, I've just been really. It's weird. Yeah, I love those just in case if I wake up, but usually I'm asleep. Well, I'm asleep well before then. Um, but yeah, it's just things about myself that I did not even see. And so in the past few days, I've been focusing a lot more on. I've been talking to my mom a lot. Okay. See, there were a few of those, Clorinda, that I tried to do right before falling asleep, and I fell asleep. But I think some of it is like subconscious. But there was one. I found a new mental scape through one of those. And it's a very interesting place. And usually, like a lot of the mental scapes that I come upon are fairly empty. And if they're populated, they're not necessarily populated by people who I might come across in my day to day life. But that space was like, it wasn't, but then it was. And it's a very special area. And I'm just like, whoa, this is interesting. Anyway, oh, Myra, I found that a long time ago. I don't even, I don't even remember where it was. That was probably in like October, maybe. So that's like long gone. Yeah. Well, people say you absorb it better, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, let me focus a little bit. So in the past few days, I've been really intent on being receptive to outside perspectives of who I am. Um, and that came in a lot when I was talking to my mom. And because I asked her, like, I've been talking about me. And I tried to talk about her, but she doesn't really want to talk about her right now, which is fine because right now it's my moment and she's helping me. Um, but yeah, I've been intentionally receptive and I've been listening to where I fall, but also to like where my strengths are. Um, hey, Leon. And I don't know, it's just so much of like I just have not been seeing myself. And it kind of sort of blows my mind because I had this dude who I haven't been dodging him, but he probably thinks I've been dodging him. I was just busy with the semester closing down. But thank you, Chad. You okay? Am I okay? Yeah. I've been having like a really good few days. Um and a lot of things have been coming into perspective. I've been coming into perspective. Other things have been coming into perspective. How things interact and play has been coming into perspective. And I feel like earlier today, there's just like so much that's kind of sort of happened, and I'm like not trying to say all of it at once. But wait, what? What is going on? Okay, love y'all too. First of all, um, where was I going? Oh yeah, yeah. Um, I can't keep a thought because there's just so much. But a lot of stuff has come into perspective, and it just like it kind of blows my mind that I'm a lot more not capable, but I just this whole time I've been thinking that I was a lot more stuck than I was and a lot more stagnant than I was. And I have been stuck and stagnant in some areas, but very, very not in other areas. And there are so many things that I do without realizing it. There are so many ways that I am without knowing it that like this dude who I was on the phone with for not even that long today. Oh, this is what I was going to earlier. He was like, "How old are you?" I was like, "I'm 26." And he was like, "Okay, because most people in their like mid to early to mid 20s, whatever, like they are not as like solid as you are." And it's really interesting. And then like we ended up talking about me, which was weird. It wasn't weird because I like talking about me in some ways. Um, but thank you, Clorinda. I don't try to be. I honestly don't. I'm just like living my life. Um, but he was like, "Yeah, like I know this might be like kind of weird, but I'm just like interested, like how." Cause so he's a financial advisor, and we were talking about money, and he was like, how do you like know all of this stuff, or where does your philosophy with money come from? And so I'm like, well, I don't really have a philosophy. It's just like how I am, question mark. Like somebody talked about it a little bit. See, let's talk about that for a second. So Rio can't be anyone's tree. Rio can't root anybody. And this is like no shade, no offense to anybody. Um, but I really can't because I'm not set up that way. I'm not wired to really root anybody. Like I can support like hardcore, not hardcore. I can support like medium core, but like as far as root, I can't because for what I have to do in this lifetime and for where I'm going and for what I'm aiming for, I don't have a lot of excess energy. And it might sound kind of cruel, it might sound kind of mean, like, but like that's like the past few days. just like being a lot more disconnected and having the energy to focus in on myself. Um, it's just that like I have not been, and like again, this is it's no offense to anybody. And if anything, it's a lesson for myself and it's me. I should have been wiser. But it's like I've been pouring out a lot more than I've been like receiving. And it's just like it's not gonna work. Yeah. So yeah. And I don't know, and I've also been trying to like get into my mode, which I think I did earlier. Everyone ready for Christmas. I mean, I'm as ready as I'm gonna be. So Christmas around here is it's not that it's not celebrated, but excuse me, I don't have anything this year, so I'm gonna go help my grandma set her tree up because I'm the person who does that, I guess. I've inherited from my mother to be the point of contact for the family. And my mother inherited it from her mother. And her mother got it from I don't know where. But it's like people work down the line and now that I'm home, I'm gonna be very helping everybody else out. But yeah, I don't know. I've been I don't know, it's like I do a lot more than I recognize, and I do a lot more than I realize. And in these past few days, um, it's really been coming to my attention. And so today, earlier, I tried to like sit with myself, right? And I'm looking for a direction because like the cards aren't it. Like they never, like I never thought that I'd do them forever. They are pretty and I do like them, but they're not it. It's not the end. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, like where do I go from here? And then it sort of like came to me. And then I also had this dream a while ago. There's this mechanism, I'll call it. There's a mechanism that I utilize energetically that has sort of just like always been there for me. Um, it's sort of like always been there for me. And I've been refining it a lot. And it's been elevating and rising over the course of since July. Well, I guess since before July, but July was the first time I've noticed it elevate. And then I hit another elevation point. And I was like, okay, don't necessarily know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's there. Excuse me. And wow, it's like past my bedtime high key. And I tapped into it today and I used it in a way that I've never used it before. And I was like, ooh, okay. This feels like one of the uses for this space. And it's funny because I recently, not recently, but like about a month ago now, excuse me, I was talking to my friend and I was like, I don't have any decks in Braille because after my eyes go, I'm not going to be able to read the cards. And she was like, well, like, you need to read energy anyway. And I was like, what? But I don't know. It's some stuff I'm excited to dig into more, I guess. And I was really excited, so I had to like come live, I guess. It's 12/21 and I was gonna come back in Cappy season, but it's still Sag season, which is fine. Um but yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really want too much of anything. I don't know how long this hermit phase is gonna last or if it's over. Um, and yeah, I guess I'm excited to see how things end up shaking out because with us coming into 2020, like there are so many people who feel it, and I don't know where everyone is on on their journey or whatever, but there are a lot of people who are feeling it, and it's not just that like, oh, we're coming up on a new year. It's pretty big. So, excuse me. Kind of like I said, like I'm just making sure I'm in a spot. I'm making sure I'm positioned to receive everything I need, and I'm sort of realizing, seeing what my role is and what my role isn't in some ways. And it's just interesting. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. All right, Chad. It's been approximately 26 minutes. Oh, I don't even know if I've said everything I need to say as concisely as I wanted to say it, but it's fine. I probably won't be on here longer than 3 more minutes. It's 27 now. Um, and I don't really have anything else to say, I guess. I don't know. But I guess, like, I hope in this time, like, I'm sorry. I just had a thought. I hope. I was like, wait, what? Hold on. I hope in this time everyone's been able to do what they need to do. Um, and I guess that's pretty much it. See, there was a part of me when I started this whole thing that was like, I see a lot, I observe a lot, and I know a lot. And a lot of times, it's like, I feel like I can get a fraction. It's not even a fraction of a story. It's just like I can observe someone for a little bit and then I'll see it and I'll know. And I feel like for a second, I didn't want to play that observer role anymore. I was like, okay, let me come on, let me speak about some of the things. I use the cards to clarify a lot of it. Um, but like the space, the energy that we were in the few days leading up to today, like I saw this coming. When was that? At the end of October. And I was like, when stuff started to get weird after, no, it wasn't the end of October. It was like mid-November. Um, it was like the second or third week of the Mercury retrograde. And then after Mercury went direct, when stuff started to get weird, I was like, I feel like I see this grand cosmic thing playing out. And I didn't say anything until like recently. I think I've said something to a few people. Um, but I was just like, it looks like this is happening. And then it started happening. And I'm just like, I laugh because I'm just like, I saw all of this and y'all really played it out. Um, but some it's like I guess the kind of it's not sad, but I feel like lately there have been things that I've noticed and there have been things that I've seen And I don't know if it's since I'm closer to it now, because usually I play a much more removed role. Um, but some of it kind of played out worse than I thought it would. And like we all have free will, so things can go better or worse depending. It's always a projection. It's like a trajectory, right? It's a course that you see. If you know that an object is going this way and the road is straight, then it's going to keep following that road. Now, you never know if someone's going to make a U turn and go the other way, or if the road is closed and I don't know, if a helicopter comes and they get out of the car and then they fly away. Um, yeah. But so there were a few days where I was like, you know what? I don't want to be an observer anymore. I want to speak. And so I came on with the astrology cards, and they clarified a lot of the like more global cosmic collective things. But a lot of that stuff was stuff I had already sort of saw coming anyway. But I don't know. Within the past few days, I think I kind of got a feeling that I said everything I needed to say. And I don't know if it was important for the time that we are coming into now for me to say what I said to whoever heard it. But now I'm kind of feeling like I can go back to observing. I don't know. I don't know. Um, we'll see. I've been kind of sort of playing it by ear. But that's kind of another reason why I've been like sort of quiet. It's just it was high key, like especially today. Excuse me, it's kind of sort of high key been a struggle because people we have to go through the things that we have to go through. Knowing the answer isn't good enough. And so just because I can glean a possible outcome of a situation doesn't necessarily mean that I should always speak out on it because our experiences. See, Clorinda, this, this, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm in observer mode. It's shut down. Um, but it's interesting because I don't, I have this this dilemma because I want to expand upon the new functionality of this space, and it's not a new functionality. It's an expanded functionality. Um, so yeah, but like the it's important for people to do the thing. It's like That's So Raven, when she'd have a vision and okay, it's kind of like That's So Raven, where she'd have a vision and she'd try to prevent the thing from happening, but sometimes in her trying to prevent the thing from happening, she causes it to happen. Um no problem, Clarinda. Um it's like that, but it's like we we need to go through the things that we need to go through to learn the things that we need to learn because a lot of life is experiential. And sometimes we try to learn from other people and we try to learn from their stories, but there are some lessons that are too important. Some lessons that the story won't do it justice. Like we have to live it. And if someone comes upon an experience that they have to live then that's one instance where it's not my place to say anything. And it's not my place to give advice. And it's not my place to pull cards. Um, because it's like, well, it's like I could give a hint, but I can't give an answer because there is no answer because the person has to go through the experience. And so um, that's basically it. And I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, using the space. Oh, so like the space that I use, it's kind of like, um, oh, I don't even want all the answers. Like low key, like let me make mistakes. That's something I told my mom when I was younger. I was like, I know you're like trying to look out for my best interest, and I know that you're not wrong in this situation, but can I make mistakes, please, while I don't have any responsibilities just for the sake of making mistakes? And she's like, no, no. I'm like, let me make my mistakes. I'm human. Let me be a human. Why else did I come down here but to make mistakes and learn? Hello? Anyway, so it's like it's that same space that I use to tap into someone when I pull cards for them that I don't necessarily like know. Or like if it's a situation that I have to like dig a little deeper into, there's this whole mechanism that I utilize to tap into that person. And so I had the thought to try to utilize that mechanism in an expanded way. And I know that probably does not make any sense. And honestly, it isn't even something that I would be able to really give any detail on because it's just so like centric to me that I don't even know like how I would begin to describe how to like utilize it. Yes. I think I do Clarinda. And I tried it out a little bit earlier and I was like, ooh, I noticed some things. There is something that I felt that I was not concerned about, but taken aback kinda by. And it's one of those situations where I can't do anything. So, um, it's I just call it the mechanism. So basically, I found it through meditation a long time ago in November, when did those 2-hour meditations daily, or 1 hour and a half plus meditations daily. And I think it was the first of the second day I did the meditation. I was there was a whole thing. There was a mantra, there was a calling of something to me, and then the thing that I called to me, then I had to like wake it up because it was asleep. I'm like going all the way, but it was asleep. And then when it woke up, it took me to a place. And when it took me to this place, I had a space within the place. And then a few days later, it's like I relocated that space from that place into one of the mental, maybe it's like an astral plane. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. And so it came basically within me, and then I found a few videos on YouTube that were sort of related, but not really. And they just taught me like the information I got from the videos was how I would set up and utilize that space. Excuse me, basically. Um, and this space, it can move. I could basically put it anywhere I want to put it. I'm not going to move it, but the 2 points that it kind of exists at simultaneously is the space where it was and then the space where I moved it. And one day, I don't know why or what I was doing. Um, Thank you. Like at first, I don't know, cause like it's one of those things that happened, and like I can feel that it happened, but I'm just like, wait. But one day, I can't remember what I was doing, but I relocated the space back to that space. I relocated the space back to that place. And then there was like a presence there. And I was like, oh, hello. And he was like, hi. Um, and so, man, I wish I wrote it down when I started to do all this because now I'm wondering if that has something to do with the timing of when it upgraded. Anyway, that space upgraded, and because that space upgraded, it's like there's 2 floors to this space. And in the bottom floor is where I think I've talked about this before. I think I've talked about this before, but in the bottom space is, yeah, I think now that you say that, I think I've recorded something somewhere. I don't remember what it was though, but I have to go look and see if I can find it. Um, but on the bottom floor is like open to other people, and so I can have like other people in that space. And in the second floor, it's just me, but there is. I didn't even talk about how the space got upgraded. Oh my gosh. The upgrading of the space was triggered by an event that took place in July. I think it was right before the eclipse in July. Because I remember at the beginning of July, I think we had a lunar, no, I think the lunar eclipse was around July 15th or 16th. Anyway, something happened that triggered the activation of this space. And when the space upgraded, it was like under construction and I couldn't use it. And then one day I just happened to notice that there's like a new space that's like whatever. I did not know how to use it. It was so much like higher in functionality, and it was just higher and purer in every aspect. And I was just like, I don't know how to use this. So I kind of shut it down, and then I kind of forgot about it. And then a few months ago, when I came out with the house spreads, okay, all right, Leon. Um, when I came up with the house spreads were, and that's when I got the structure for all of the spreads that I'm building now. So in the top row is more big idea concepts. And then in the bottom row, it is like the 3D correlation, the breakdown. It's how I can like more easily understand it. Cause sometimes I pull the cards from the top row and like my brain is just like, it's like someone's like whispering and I'm trying to hear it. And then I'm like, okay, I need to pull another card, and then it comes from the bottom, and then it's like, oh, okay, it like kind of gives it a channel, a place to fall into. um I'm like really going into this. um but yeah, so when I came up with the house spreads, the intention was like the top rows, it's like the information that I get from the second floor of the space, where like only I am permitted entry. And so that was after the hermit week of me getting into that space. And so that's why, like, hermit week, I came on pretty much every day that week. And I gave a reading. I would build the spread, and then I would come back, and I would test it, and I would try it. And I was really trying to establish a connection, a workable connection between the higher space and the lower space. Excuse me, where I could do everything I do from the lower space, but if I need that insight from the higher space, it was a way to. eh. I mean, it's not personal. It's denied access to everybody, pretty much. Um, but that's why I was like, okay, like we have an upstairs that's for me. We have the downstairs that's for anybody. And if I really need to get into it, then there's like there's I can work this space in ways that I haven't really done before. And then recently, I've peeped like a third floor, but that is like I'm not there yet. I can't use that yet. I don't know what has to happen, but up there it's just like it's silent. Maybe I should meditate there. Ooh. Imagine the penthouse. Yeah. And so um and that third space did just open up like very, very, very recently. So maybe that's why I also got pushed into like the super hermit phase a little bit too. Um, because I had a dream a while ago about utilizing one of the spaces for like healing. And when I had that dream, I was like, I am not trying to be a healer in this lifetime. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be a healer. Don't want to do that. No. And then of course, during the hermit week on that one Wednesday, and then 2 Wednesdays after that, when dude was teaching me how to like heal energetically, at first I was like, oh, I don't want to learn this. Like, I'm interested, but I don't want to learn it, because if I learn it, I feel like I'm going to have to do it. And I'm not trying to do it in this lifetime. I'm really not. But if that's where I'm led, I'm not going to fight it. Even if I roll my eyes, I'm like, okay, whatever. Um, so that's one of the ways. Man, I wish I were. I don't think I did it. There are so many readings that I do when I'm like, let me like pull cards and see how I can utilize this space. And I don't even record it, so I don't even remember. And I'm not gonna pull more cards. I'm just gonna use the space. Um, but yeah, and so I tapped into that space, and that space is the mechanism through which like everything happens. And so I think how it goes is, so what healing is this? Oh, Clarinda, I don't even know. Because in the dream, that level of healing was like, first of all, it was another classroom setting. I was in a class, and every time I have a dream that I'm in a class, the teachers always pick on me. And the teacher was like, told one of the students to come to me to get healed. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, what are you talking about? And the teacher was like, yeah, you do. You know what to do. And um, so basically, and I guess now that I think about it, because I remember a lot of that dream. And so I've actually been utilizing the thing that I used in the dream to connect to other people when I'm trying to like tap into them. So it's pretty much the same mechanism, but it's a higher functionality. Um, but yeah, I've never used it, so I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird because like there's always this confirmation. So like the first space when I moved it, it got centered around the heart chakra area. It got centered around my heart, and the second space is higher, and then the third space is even higher than that, wherever that is. But I write some of them down. Um, tap into me. Yep, I went there. I write some of them down, Clarinda. I think there was a point when I came on and I read a bunch of my dreams. I'm pretty sure I saw that one. And then they were like, wow, maybe, okay. So after I healed the person in class in the dream, they were like, whoa, how did you do that? How did you do that? And I'm like, it was easy. Like, it's not easy because first, there's a lot of self healing that you got to do to be in a position to access this kind of mechanism. But once you do all of that, it's like there's this establishment of these spaces. And once you get the spaces established, you got to get used to the spaces. You kind of got to get comfortable in the spaces. You have to like live as much in that space as you can. And then once you do that, it's like from that space, it's like you ascend the chain of consciousness to that one spot. And then from that one spot, you go over and you find the other person. And once you find that other person, then you're linked within that space. And once you're linked within that space, and since you have to connect through that one spot anyway, and that one spot is very powerful, so you don't even have to really do much besides facilitate the direction of where that goes. And once you do all of that, it's like the healing basically does itself. Oh, eighth chakra? I don't know. It might be like higher than that. Um, but that was the dream before I even started like using these spaces. And so like, um, but in the dream, I was like, I kind of taught that. I'm not trying to teach that. Let me not say that because I have a feeling like there's something I'm supposed to establish and teach in this lifetime. Don't know what it is. Could be anything, could be nothing. Um, but anyway, I forgot where I was going. But yeah, I kind of utilize that to tap into people when I need to tap into people now. Yeah, thank you, Clarence. Like I feel like it definitely makes sense. Um, it's just really establishing it. And I think it's so different um, for everybody that it's just like you can't I don't know. I guess I haven't tried. I don't know if I will, but anyways, where's invincibility cloak? You can feel what, Clorinda? That I'm supposed to teach? I don't know. I ain't trying to be no teacher. I ain't trying to be no healer. I'm just playing. Miyoshi, girl, what you doing up? It's late. Hi, welcome. I mean, I've only been on here for 55 minutes. Um, but yeah, I've just been sort of like kind of sort of going through everything, sort of, and then that led to a place that I didn't even think it would lead to. Um, excuse me. But I guess let me thank the bracelet for digging into your face so that you would come in here for a second. Feel free to go back. I don't want to keep you up. But speaking never mind. You know what? Mm, it's fine. This face doesn't mean anything. I just smile sometimes because I'm happy. Um, but yeah, so I think that's what I want to try to do more of now. Um, so originally, with how I had the spaces structured, it was like the cards were the tool in the basement to relay the information. But the more comfortable I get on the second floor, the less I need the basement, and the more I can reach the third floor, which I'm excited about. You know that face? I ain't no face. I ain't got no face. That face is just my face. It's just my face. Um, but yeah, now I think that's pretty much everything I want us to talk about. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else for me to say. Honestly, I don't. I know you know, I know you know. I know you know, but like I said earlier, there are some times when I'm not supposed to say anything. Um, and this might be one of those times. Oh, oh well, I've already said. I don't know if I have anything else left to say though. I mean, I guess if Miyoshi is here, then maybe I do. I don't know. Oh, I guess I did. I actually told Miyoshi about the spaces one time. Well, I told Miyoshi about the event that triggered the opening of the second space, but I don't think I told Miyoshi how I found the first space. I mean, it was. I don't even know how I found the first space. Anyways, she's already up. Thank you, Clorinda. I kind of like it on me as well. Don't be trying to keep me up. I'm not trying to keep you up, Miyoshi. I said I'm the one. I said go back to sleep, girl, because I know you use you. If any of us is getting some sleep, it's you. um. So yeah, but an interesting like I don't know. There's a part of me that's just like I feel like now that I think about it, it's kind of like not unfair, but it's like, I told y'all like when I first did those meditations, I found this aspect of myself that was asleep, right? And I woke it up, and it's that aspect of myself that guided me through everything else. But like after it showed me all that stuff, it was like gone. And I'm like, bruh, like where you going? You were asleep. Now you got work to do. Like I need you, like come back, like guide me. But I think I much rather prefer figuring it out as I go along. I don't want all the answers, right? Bruh, I know, I've said it. I can't not say bruh while I'm home because the dog makes me say it all the time. Okay, Miyoshi, I will. I'll do that for you. Have a great night. And I mean, whew, I said I was going to shut this down half an hour ago. I don't think I really have anything else to say. Mhm. Yes, love you too. So yeah, and that's why I feel like for me personally, I don't like I'm just realizing how important it is for all of us to come into our own power. And so maybe it is for me not to teach, but to try to find a way to guide people to setting up their own internal temples. I don't know why it came to me that way. Establishing your own temple. Um, because I don't know. I forgot where I was going with that. Yes. Okay. Bye, Clarinda. All right. I should probably go to sleep as well because it's like 3 in the morning. Excuse me. So, excuse me. It was really lovely seeing everyone on tonight. Thank you all for coming by. Um, no problem. So great to see you here. This accent is going to be in and out. Um, so yeah, you'll be all right, Myra. You got you. Sometimes, we just gotta sit with ourselves and let everyone else just like fade and let the voice of ourselves rise and hear what we have to say. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm not trying to. I mean, I'm about to shut it down, Clorinda, because I'm not trying to throw my sleep schedule off. I've been sleeping good, and it's 3 o'clock. I have not stayed up this late since I've been home. I was on a really good schedule. I don't know. Anyway, I hope everyone has an amazing day today. I'm not necessarily sure what all of today is going to bring, but I don't know. I felt like it was safe for me to come live when I did. So I did. Um, and I don't know. In the next few days, I'm probably going to try to, like, there's work that I need to do, but I'm definitely going to be a lot more intentional about meditating, about filling into that space. Um, and yeah, I guess I'll see where I go from there or something. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. Excuse me. Who's selling people already? What? Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. No problem, Clorinda. I'm so tired now. All right. As will catches y'all's later. And I hope y'all's all has the good night. Clorinda, I hope you have a good evening. Um, you are 7 hours behind, which is 24 minus 7, 17 hours ahead. You're 17 hours ahead. It's 4 17 21. So wait, 21 is 8? No. 21 is 9. Is it like 9? Oh, my math is bad. Oh, this is why I don't like being outside of school because my brain stops working. All right. I will see y'all later. I'm shutting this down for real. Thank you, Clorinda. It's one of my abilities. It's one of my gifts. Sometimes I like to tap into my Taurus. I've been trying to exercise my Taurus a little bit and just like really tap into that aspect of my natal chart and try to not force it too much, but to just let it flow. Because Venus is all about effortless manifestation. Venus is that who sits upon her throne and all things come to her. Okay, wow. I don't know where Venus came from, but all right, sure. 8:10. It was 8. Darn it. Darn it. 2010. Oh, snap. It'll be 2020 in 10 minutes. All right. Well, I will catch y'all's. So, what, you're 16 hours ahead? Okay. Gotcha. Whoa, no. My computer is still on. So, my phone is on Central, but my computer is still on Eastern. And so that's what messed me up because it's 3:11 here. So, 3 plus 17 is 20. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. That song actually came on the other day. Okay, I'm shutting this down for real now. I'm so bad at shutting down videos. I will probably private this, or maybe I'll leave it public. I feel like I've rambled too much to really leave it public. Oh well, I don't know. I hope everyone has a lovely whatever, wherever, and I will catch y'all later. Excuse me. Yup. See, I'm ready for sleep. I am so ready for bed.